as we head down to the big logs here. So, all right, we're gonna do TTL Tuesday out here today. It's a nice little spot, as you can see, and I'm surrounded by beautiful birds everywhere. You can see that. So, all right. So what are we talking about? We're talking about TTL Tuesday, the infamous DSLR. I'm gonna lower this down a little bit to about here. DSLR versus mirrorless. This obviously has been a saga for the last 10 plus years, and I think it's at a point now, it's come to a hedge with the cameras like the Canon R1 and the Canon R5 Mark II, which are one of the first two cameras that I've seen literally have all DSLR functions implemented the same way as in a DSLR. Even when you shoot with the flash to get the exposure, it is pretty damn accurate on what you see compared to the previous one where you used to do that big flash and all that nonsense. So they've come a very long way, right? So if you have a Canon R5 Mark II or are considering one, especially if you're considering one and you have these DSLRs, you want to hang on to them and you can't really seem to let go, I would strongly urge you to rent the camera, the R5 Mark II. Rent it, check it out, see what you think, and see if it might be something where you can actually, you know, convert over or move over to the mirrorless side of the house. The other thing to keep in mind is obviously the speed of the autofocus on the mirrorless is far more superior to what you can do. The frame rates are more superior. CFast Express Type B cards, you can record a lot more video. You can just do a lot more things, right? But from a pure shooting weddings photography, wedding type of photography, event type of photography, those kind of things, I think it's here, right? And I think Canon has made a statement now to their existing DSLR owners and to saying, hey, look, if you're ready to part with the DSLRs, we actually have something that's got everything that your DSLRs have, and you don't have to worry, don't have to freak out. And you can always start with, you know, literally just getting some you know, DSLR lenses that you already have, get the adapter and just use those for now if you can't afford new lenses. But if you can afford the RF lenses, start to, you know, go into that. It'll just keep one more piece of gadget, you know, onto your camera that will probably reduce the weight a little bit. The R1 comes out next month and it's going to start shipping. So very curious to actually see it, try it, and we'll talk to CPS and see if she can actually send us one. You're seeing beautiful breeze happening with leaves falling, and we're actually very blessed. If you keep going this way, for about 1.5 miles, you'll end up at the lake and the dam. And we also have a flying airspace here where all of the airplanes actually fly through here. Up into all of the Washington, D.C. airports here. And if you head that way, you'll end up close to where, I'm drawing a blank. So where the president goes for their weekend. I just am completely drawing a blank. Fort Detrick is this way, not too far from here. And then the president's, you know, weekend retreats are not too far from here. So we see a lot of that fly over from time to time through here. Back to the video, I think, you know, just figure out what you want to do. And that whole thing about should I switch? If you're asking the question, just switch at this point. Just get the R5 Mark II or the R1 and you don't have to worry. But if you buy some of the older ones, like everyone's suggesting, you're always going to be strapped with the limitations because they just did not do what these two new ones can do, which is literally almost mimicking as close as you can get to a DSLR experience. It has the OVF in there, and it also has the AI focus in there. It has all of the metering similar to the 1D bodies that we had, and then obviously the R1 has that. The R3 had some of these things, but not quite everything. So I'm not sure if the R1 ever got the AI focus. It wasn't there before. If it has it in there, probably popped it into a new firmware update. Canon, if you're watching, put that in my R7, please, because I use that a lot. Especially for that little event that I shot. It's perfect. You leave it on AI focus, you start with single shot, you get movement, and it actually goes into servo mode automatically. So let me know your comments below if you're going to hang on to your DSLRs for how long, and you know, until they actually break. But if you are going to buy a new one, are you going to buy another DSLR, or are you actually going to truly get into the latest and greatest mirrorless, which is going to give you the same feature sets of the DSLR without having to compromise the usability or, you know, the way a DSLR functioned, right? That's the big problem, because in the past, that was our biggest thing. It's not the same. Mirrorless hasn't quite caught up, this, that. I think those conversations are over as of this video. I've been shooting with our R5 Mark II for almost 2 months now, and it's becoming harder to pick up the DSLRs now. It took Canon about 5 years themselves to truly perfect it, and it's not perfect either, but it's pretty damn good. Obviously Sony innovated a lot of things, other brands innovated a lot of things, but no one could actually bring that true DSLR experience and the same functionality, how it works in that user experience that Canon has done here. So hats off to you, Canon, for doing that. And I hope Sony does that with the A1 Mark II that's coming out, and whatever else they come out with. They had a very short run with their DSLRs on the A99 side of the house. Maybe they'll bring some of those things back. So with that, leave your comments below and like, subscribe, be nice to each other, go out there, create your magic, and I will talk to you tomorrow on Wide Open Wednesday. I hope you like this video because it's a nice day, so I just decided to come out here and do it today. So with that, I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you.